Welcome everyone to breaking news. Firefox 106 sources are released. The official release is of course as usual tomorrow, so recurring theme here, we are a day early, so to say, one of the first Linux versions to ship it, because I actually already freaking test compiled that here, even freaking cross compiled here on our recurring theme. That is our T2 just open source raw and portable all CPUs supported Linux distribution. So yeah, I epic thread ripped through that with the latest Ryzen 1750X in 12 minutes 46. Here, even for, oh no, this is not ARM build. Anyway, x86-64 cross-compiled. So what is new? In also their massive amount, oh, so let's commit this, right? What's that other people in between? Need to have here some advertising theme to keep with the first Linux distribution to update that. So as usual, nearly 17,000 with 16,900 files changed. A whopping 1.2 million insertions and nearly 500,000 deletions. So basically, apparently, a net gain of over 500, if not nearly 700 or 700,000 lines of code, which is crazy. Especially when you take a look what changes you get, because obviously right now they are still filling that in, but I don't expect that much more than what they had released for their beta announcement here. And that is mostly PDF viewer allows text writing, drawing and signatures, except you could argue whether PDF editing should be part of a web browser. My understanding is previously the code was there, it was just in beta and you could have enabled that. So yeah, PDF annotation, breaking news for browser. Swipe to navigate, two finger there on Linux users, for Linux users on Wayland. And of all things, major WebRTC improvements, library upgraded, also like breaking news, major changes, which we just updated one library, maybe some surrounding code. Brings multiple improvements, better screen sharing, Windows and Linux Wayland users. It is the one credit I give them is caring more about Linux Wayland users these days. Lower CPU usage, increased frame rate during WebRTC, screen capture on macOS 2, RTP performance, and reliable improvements. Apple's wording, right? Reliable, and every BIOS update, every PC BIOS update, reliability improvements. Richer statistics. What? About what? WebRTC? Cross-browser server compatibility improvements. And a recurring theme, that's basically the news, right? The crazy thing is what you get for 700,000. And this is why I each time say, I think Firefox, instead of selling a VPN and other strange features, they would do themselves a better service if they would put out proper release notes. Because usually, even if we are not a day early, they don't have much more in those. And I find it crazy, I recurringly find this crazy, that how even large is the diff? Of course the diff. And it is crazy that 2022 we have the not leading anymore previous flagship open source browser. Major release, that is all they have to show for 97 megabyte of source code changes, which otherwise is a whole operating system release, and 700,000 lines of code added, right? And this is why I a little bit want to shout this out a little bit, that people put this a little bit more in perspective and wonder. And it's also crazy that certainly there are 1,000 people working on this stuff. Imagine how long you need to write even on this code, and you would also think there are more than this handful of changes. Okay, because, oh wait, we had even, that was a little bit of a fail. So if we scroll that fast, okay, they have here, wait, this is just a bloody style formatting stuff. What the freaking heck? If table frame return 0, it's like just some explicit scope there. Oh, come on. You had one job, you are selling us this as breaking news. Good that we take a look. And so a whole bunch of those And so that is where 0%, right? And then, I mean, the crazy thing is that stuff like that is a little bit of, wait for events. Wait, these are accessibility tests, so. I wonder, so, wait for event, element, table, element, but these are still accessibility tests. Versus other things also accessibility tests. Beginning of the file. No, this is pure accessibility HTML. So this, by the way, leads to like with simple metrics of 1,000 lines of codes. This is tripling. You had 1 to 3 lines, right? So it's basically this kind of style change alone. If you're wondering where the 700,000 lines of code coming, like yeah, if you change every line. By the way, personally, I mean, I understand why some people want explicit braces to, at times, mitigate a little bit stupid programming mistakes, but I'm otherwise quite a fan of like one-line stuff. I personally don't have a problem with if something then state or return or stuff. But yeah, in my opinion, like it's like Lisp, right? The more braces, it's not like the more braces, the more readable your code becomes. The crazy thing is we could scroll probably all day long. I wonder, maybe once I make a live stream of just scrolling the changes at that speed to stuff. And the crazy thing is for this few changes, we're still at 0%. Like so many changes just between two major versions of a browser. Like in this amount of changes, you would think you can actually write a new browser from scratch, let alone with some more features. Although it is possible that some of the stuff is versioned, so that some of these changes are like adding new files. So that is, I probably could write a script to rename all version subdirectories, like third-party rendered stuff, like something libjpeg turbo or Rust crate and stuff. So probably some of them are versions. So if we like maybe dash 0 to 9 and stuff, then that's not what I wanted. I'm pretty sure eventually somewhere it's not matching enough. We would find that. So they have now some assert true, assert and is succeeded. This is also, yeah, a little bit, this is just cleanup, right? I mean, with changes like this, I'm then not surprised anymore that all we got is this few changes. I mean, sure, I understand cleanups, but you could also argue, is it really worth, I mean, because they need to pay those people, right? The proper salary of $100,000 or $200,000 or stuff. And I really have to wonder if it's, I mean, if it's really worth money well invested to constantly, the only constant is change and refactoring stuff. While I can understand some refactoring, this looks a little bit like unnecessary mad to me. Although you can SED that, right? I also usually mass substitute SED stuff here live on this channel. So yeah, it's not like you couldn't auto substitute assert true and succeed to assert and succeed, but you still have to wonder, did they like maybe more performant JavaScript, snappier UI, faster? I don't know. Is not everything more amazing than refactoring test assertions? But yeah, I mean, with all this, like, yeah, 99%, I scrolled up from the back, but most stuff is test suite. So yeah, anyway, it's in T2, it built for me. These are tools, lint, oh, they have a lint? Due. Yeah, between the 700,000 lines changes, there it changes in linting tools because, reasons. Anyway, that's it. That are the changes. It's up there in T2. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave in the comments below what you think of these changes, of browsers, of refactoring and assertions and stuff. We will continue. I have some other code to do, but we split this here by topics, so that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and see you back in 5 minutes for some actually tiny little bit of simple C++ code to write. Otherwise, have a good day, night, and see you soon for all the next breaking news and code to come.